Look, I'm sick of thinking about food. I've thought about food my entire life. When I'm dieting, I'm thinking about food. When I'm not dieting, I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about it 24/7 and it's exhausting. Hi, I'm Jeff and I lost 30 kilos 20 years ago. And in 10 seconds, I'm going to give you some hypnotic ideas to help you do the same, to lose weight and keep it off for good. Consciously, you already know what not to eat and to move more. The problem is that subconsciously you resist doing it. When you take care of the inner game, the outer game takes care of itself.
For someone who constantly eats past fullness, what's the first step in rewiring their subconscious relationship with food?
Yeah, so the first step to rewiring your subconscious is awareness. You have to become aware of the thing that's happening because it is unconscious, these processes. It's like you consciously you say to yourself, okay, I really want to eat better, I shouldn't have that, I'm going to have this, I'm not, and then all of a sudden you find yourself just giving into having cravings, giving into them, and then just regretting it, and just completely disobeying your conscious intentions, and just unconscious and subconscious just overriding whatever it is. So but a lot of the time people will say that they just kind of do it, and then later on they just go, oh, like I wasn't really even aware of what I was doing. I was just in the moment. I just didn't do it. So, it's something like if you're not aware of something, if you're not paying attention to something, how could you possibly hope to manage it? So I think that like you just can't do anything about it until a higher degree of awareness is cultivated in that area, and and the fact is, you're not going to be conscious 100% of the time. You can't be. It's not possible. We don't have enough brain power to be fully conscious 100% of the time. So you are going to have unconscious moments, which is why I come back to just tracking. And whether you don't have to do meticulously counting every calorie. That's it's annoying and unsustainable to do that forever. But I mean, just simply keeping a diary of it. It's not. It's an awareness that you're bringing to it, even in retrospect. So even if it's at the end of the day, you write it all down. It's just taking a moment to think about it, to bring attention to it, to and whether it be afterwards or not, it's cultivating a particular awareness, an intention to be aware, and then you'll find that you tend to pay more attention in the moment because you've paid attention afterwards in the past as well, just because it's trying to create a pattern of paying attention to that kind of thing. Like your mind, when you're training your mind to be more aware of food choices, you're thinking about food choices. So I mean, this reminds me of this. I was very. It was a very educational moment for me, and with this one client, he had said to me, he was like, "Look, I'm sick of thinking about food. I'm sick of it. I've thought about food my entire life. When I'm dieting, I'm thinking about food. When I'm not dieting, I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about it 24/7, and it's exhausting, and I'm over it." And he was maybe a good 30, 40 kilos overweight, and and he exercises all the time. He was really enjoying that, but it was just food. Food was just something he just can never get it off his mind, and he was just like, I just want to stop thinking about it. At the time I was of the mindset that you got to try and meet people as much where they are and what they want to have. Make sort of design a program and an approach that's going to suit what they want and where they're at. And so I was sort of trying to think around it and find a way to be able to give some advice that would allow him to not think about it. But then the more that I thought about that, the more I just realized that I just came to the conclusion that I'm sorry, I don't you how could you possibly hope to manage something without thinking about it? It's like you can't just cast a spell and hope that the thoughts just go away. And like we just spoke of earlier, it's a deep fundamental survival program that's part of our DNA. We think about it on a reptilian level, on a like it's eat, fight, survive. Like it's not it's yeah sleep. It's a fundamentally you know like we can't exist without it. It's so existential. It's not something we can not think about. We have to think about food. So you have to think about it. There's no getting out of that. But this is the thing, right? And it's not about not thinking about something. It's about the quality of thoughts. It's funny because I always thought this is a good example of where people say you're overthinking it. I've been told that a lot. They say, "Oh, look, you're overthinking this," and then eventually I sort of got. Because I didn't think I was overthinking something. I thought it was just like I'm just thinking deeply about it. I enjoyed the depth of thought around this thing, and I mean the fact is that they didn't want to think about it that much, so they label it overthinking. But I mean, but regardless, I was thinking about overthinking, and realized that people would never say that about a positive thing. Like if I said to you, "Oh man, today is wonderful. My life is amazing. I love my wife and my life and my and my friends and my environment and my job, and I just love everything's just so beautiful and amazing." And then people would say, "Listen, you're overthinking it. Stop thinking about it." Like no one would tell you to stop thinking about positive things. Like you're just thinking too much about positivity. Just can you stop? Like you would never say that. It's only when it's negative and you're sort of going down a little rabbit hole. Oh, look, you're overthinking about it. You're overthinking it. It's not. The quantity of thought is not the problem. I mean, we can't stop thinking anyway. You think about meditation. The whole point of it is to just, to just find, just to try and get that 5 seconds of no thought. It's the whole thing is Zen masters can't even achieve that. Like to genuinely have zero thought. Like it's the monkey mind just keeps going and it just never ever stops. And again, I don't think that that's even much of a problem. It's not about that. It's about the thoughts. Are they good? Are they nice? Do they make sense of the world? Do they help you move forward in life? Like, are they good, positive thoughts? It's the quality of thought. It's not the quantity of it. The quantity is irrelevant. The quantity is 24/7 non-stop anyway. So it's bring good thoughts to things. Like with the food, when you're thinking about it, think about it well. Bring good thoughts to bring good quality thoughts to it. Not judgment and pain and shame. And it's not. That's not good. That won't help. And so I mean, yeah, anyway, in the end, this guy, I don't like the answer to him was just, it just has to be that I'm sorry, you have to think about it, but improve the quality of your thinking about it. Why do you hate those thoughts? Well, because they make you feel bad. Well, have better thoughts. That's the only solution. So that's just one idea, but if you want to learn, if you want to know how to deal with the discomfort of losing weight, wrap it up, mostly. So that's just one idea. But if you want to learn how to deal with the discomfort of losing weight, click here.